I hope you all are safe at your home, right? Okay, today we will proceed our chapter number 2, and the next topic is the kingdom Monera. Actually, in the last lecture we had discussed about the various type of kingdom actually, which is also called 5 kingdom classification given by Whittaker, right? So after the classification we will discuss all these kingdoms one by one. First is your kingdom Monera. In kingdom Monera, all the bacteria are exist. All the bacteria, any kind of cyanobacteria, mycoplasma, and any kind of bacteria are present in the kingdom Monera. Actually, in kingdom Monera, the organism have unicellular structure as well as they are prokaryotic in nature actually. Unicellular means which have single cell to perform all the life processes, and prokaryotes means the organism which have nucleus like structure. It means no true nucleus is present in that kind of animal simply. It means their nucleus does not surrounded by a true membrane is called nuclear membrane. Actually nuclear membrane is absent in case of prokaryotic organism. So bacteria are prokaryotic organism. Instead of nucleus, these organism does not consist any kind of organelles, because all the organelles are bounded by a membrane, and bacteria or Monera have absence of membrane bounded organelle. It means the organelles which have membrane are absent in case of Monera. In that case simply, or in case of prokaryotes you can say that this is the main difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes, is that the true nucleus which is absent in prokaryotes, and the membrane bounded organelles are also absent in case of the prokaryote. This is the main and peculiar, you can say that, the characteristics of prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Instead of this there is one organelle is called ribosome actually. Ribosome is the only organelle actually which do not membrane. It is a membraneless organelle. So ribosome is present in case of prokaryotes because it does not consist any membrane. Membrane is absent. It is also called protein factory because ribosome have capability to synthesize the protein. So that it is also called protein factory because it have capability to synthesis of proteins. Right, primitive nucleus, it means there is no true nucleus is present. Ribosome, it means ribosome is present and 70S ribosome. One more important thing is that ribosome are of two types, 70S and 80S. S means subunit there. Eukaryotes consist 80S ribosome and prokaryotes consist 70S ribosome. This S actually is the combination of two subunits, because ribosome have one large subunit and one is a small subunit. Two subunits are present in case of ribosome, and in cytoplasm both these subunits are present in separately. It means small are separately and large is separately present in the cytoplasm in any organism, either it is a prokaryote or it is a eukaryote simply. During the protein formation, these two subunits are combined and help in formation of protein simply. So these two subunits consist different composition of amino acid, because proteins are the composition of amino acid. It means amino acids are the building block of protein, you can say that, right? So protein are formed by the amino acid. So these two subunits consist different composition of amino acid. So on the basis of this composition, we had divided this ribosome into two types, 70S and 80S ribosome. The 70S composition is the 40S and plus it is the 30S and it is the 50S. Large subunit is made up of 50 different amino acid and small subunit is made up of 30 different amino acid. So on the basis of the different composition of these two subunit, this ribosome of prokaryotes are called 70S ribosome, and in case of eukaryotes it is a 80S, and this large subunit is made up of 60S and small subunit is made up of 40S subunit simply. So due to this subunit, it is also called 70s ribosome in case of prokaryotes. Next is the protoplasm is not differentiated because there is what is the meaning of protoplasm? Protoplasm means actually the complete liquid present in any cell. It means the cytoplasm plus the nucleoplasm. But because in case of prokaryotes there is no membrane foundation around the nucleus simply, so there is no separation of nucleoplasm and cytoplasm, so there is no differentiation in protoplasm. We cannot say this protoplasm is present in prokaryotic case. Only the cell fluid or called cytoplasm is present in that case only. In case of eukaryotes, the nucleus actually nucleus consists genetic material. It has genetic material, they contain genetic material, they also have DNA, but they consist circular kind of DNA. It means that kind of DNA is present in case of prokaryote, but in case of eukaryote, it means in human being there is linear kind of DNA is present simply. Next is sap. Vacuole is absent because there is no requirement of storage of sap. So vacuole is absent. Sap vacuole is absent in case of kingdom Monera. Instead of different characteristic, there are different shape are also present in case of bacteria. First is the coccus. Coccus means these circular shape bacteria are present. For example, Streptococcus. Streptococcus is a bacteria which cause pneumonia, you can say that. So Streptococcus, they are circular in shape. Bacillus means rod shape. These are like this, rod shape bacteria. Bacillus bacteria which is actually present in curd. So these are the beneficial bacteria, you can say that. Next is the Vibrio. Vibrio like coma shape. They are Colerovibria. Like this, like your this kind of bacteria these are, right? Vibrio cholera which cause dehydration, or you can say that the dehydration or Vibrio cholera may cause the typhoid simply, typhoid or dehydration caused by this bacteria. Right. Next is the spiral. Spiral like this type of bacteria, Spirulum vibrio. This type of bacteria consists cilia-like structure at their end. This is the spiral kind of bacteria. So these are the different shape of the bacteria which perform different functions. Some cause diseases, some are helpful for us simply. Right. Next is the main important point about the bacteria is the photosynthesis. Bacteria have capability to synthesize their own food actually because they have a pigment is called bacteria pigment, and they also trap light energy. For using the light energy, they synthesize their own food. On the basis of synthesis of food, they are of two types, chemoautotroph and photoautotroph actually. Photoautotrophs are those bacteria which have capability to use the sunlight, but chemoautotroph does not utilize the sunlight, or you can say that sun energy simply, right? Firstly, we will discuss about the photoautotroph. Similarly, the plants, they also have pigment is called bacteriochlorophyll, bacteriopurpurin and bacterioviridin. Purpurin is actually present in the purple bacteria and viridin is present in the green bacteria. Actually, bacteria have different shades and color also. Right. Okay. Photoautotrophs further divided into two parts: photolithotropic and photoorganotropic. Right. They use photo means light. Lithotropic means they are the bacteria which use sulfur for the synthesis of their food, and for synthesizing their food by using the sulfur pigment, they are of two types, purple bacteria and viridin means green bacteria. It means these are further divided into two classes. One is the purple kind of bacteria And next is the viridin, which consists viridin pigment or green bacteria, which consists purpurine pigment, is called purple bacteria. So these two different type of bacteria, with the helping of sunlight and sulfur pigment, synthesize their own food. Similarly, there are another type of class is called photoorganotropic. These are the bacteria which use photolight, but they does not use sulfur for the synthesis of their own food. They are also consist two type of pigment, purple pigment and viridin pigment. They also consist two type, but they does not utilize the sulfur pigment for the synthesis of food. They utilize sulfur pigment for formation of food. They does not utilize sulfur for the formation of food simply. Next and very important bacteria are the chemoautotrophs. These are the bacteria which synthesize their own food with the help of chemical, with the utilization of chemical, but they does not utilize the sunlight. They does not trap the sunlight or energy, you can say that. They consume the inorganic substances and synthesize their food. It simply, you can say that these are those bacteria which actually recycle the nutrients in our environment, help for recycling the nutrients. So these are those bacteria which are beneficial for us simply. For example, hydrogen bacteria, these are the bacteria which utilize the hydrogen and help for making the water and their energy simply. Nitrifying bacteria are very important bacteria. These are the these bacteria are the farmer friends, you can say that, because of these bacteria, atmospheric nitrogen is converted into nitrogen oxide, nitrate and nitrite simply, which actually plant consume. Plant does not consist nitrogen in the form of N2, nitrogen gas. They does not use. They actually consume nitrogen in the form of nitrates and nitrites, simply nitrogen oxide, you can say that. So these are the only bacteria which help us for making these nitrate and nitrites from the atmospheric nitrogen without any kind of pollution, simply you can say that. So they are very important for us. Next are the sulfur bacteria. These are also important for us. For example, Theobacillus theooxidans. This is the sulfur bacteria which actually consuming the sulfur and make the sulfur oxide, which also used by the plants and very important for the plants growth and development. Iron bacteria, Ferrobacillus, these are the bacillus rod shaped bacteria which are also simply you can say that convert the Fe2 positive ion into Fe3 positive ion, which are consumed by the plants. So these are those bacteria which use the inorganic substances, and you can say that they recycle the inorganic substances. They don't destroy these inorganic substances. They consume up and convert into another inorganic substances which is used by the plant simply, because inorganic substances are consumed by the plant for their growth, development and photosynthesis. So it doesn't mean bacteria always cause harmful for us. They are beneficial for us also. For example, the nitrifying bacteria, hydrogen bacteria, sulfur bacteria, right? But bacteria also cause various diseases. For example, streptococcus, vibrio cholera. These are the disease causing bacteria. So this is about the nutrition, nourishment and a basic characteristic of kingdom Monera. Next we will discuss the different these are the phototropic bacteria. There are few bacteria also which are heterotropic in nature. So we will discuss about these heterotropic bacteria and reproduction, how they reproduce, what is the asexual and sexual mode of reproduction in case of bacteria, and the different classes of bacteria in further lectures. Thank you.